Welcome to today's live event on video-based mobile learning. Wherever you happen to be, whether you're here in our Zoom meeting or whether you're watching on YouTube in the live stream or whether you're watching the recording, you're very, very welcome to not only watch, but also to ask questions. If you're in the course, you can ask the questions in the support form. And if you're in, there I am. And if you're in the Zoom meeting, you can ask in the chat box. So we're glad you joined us and we're going to get started. So this is really exciting because we are in week 4. Can you imagine? 4 weeks have gone by so quickly. Let's take a look at a little bit about the moderators. This is me, and you can see that I've had extensive experience teaching online and teaching face-to-face with technology. I think I've always used technology for the past 40 plus years, some kind of technology, whatever was available. And I think that's what it's about. It's about using whatever technology is available at the time. Right now, it's AI and many AI-based tools, even for video-based learning. And of course, using your phone, smartphone, whether you're a teacher or a student. Teachers prefer to use their desktops, but students use their phones. Most of them don't even have laptops. Maybe they got them during COVID because they had no choice. You'll be able to unmute yourself as we go. Notice what we have lined up in week 4. It's storytelling. And storytelling is great for any topic, any subject area, whether you're teaching English as a foreign language, even when you're teaching math, physics, the sciences, anything. Stories are always a good way to get started and encourage students to create their own stories. Or of course, today we have generators, not only AI generators, but there are also a lot of other generators. For example, plot generator, which will be available. It is available in the course area, where you can create different stories and students are welcome to do so. Remember, what you're doing now is not only as a teacher, student, participant, but you're also going to encourage your students to be creators, because that's what they do anyways with their phones. They create videos and generate a lot of amazing and engaging videos for their friends and for the world, if that's what they do. But most of our young learners specifically, and even older learners, do that with their phones. They generate content and they're content creators. So we should use that. Let me make sure that I'm not going too fast here. There we go. There is an AI, Anakin, that you can use. It's completely free, and get Claude. If you aren't able to get Claude because you don't live in the United States and you don't want to use a VPN, you can use Anakin and get Claude. In addition, Anakin also has many other apps for different things, to create images for your stories and also to generate stories. One of these is free AI story generator. And the idea, of course, is to save time, whether you're a teacher or a parent, caregiver. Everybody likes stories, and everybody does tell stories at some point or other during the day. Think of all the time, all the stories that you tell during the day or that you hear throughout the day. And that's what we're about. We're storytellers, whether they're fiction or made up stories. There's a lot of fake news out there. Most of the news is probably fake. And that's also generated by AI and picked up by social media, and it becomes true. So stories, stories, and stories. That's what we are currently experiencing everywhere. And I guess that's our nature, to tell stories. Twee is one such story generator. And you're welcome to take a look at that. You can generate stories by going into Twee.ai. There's also for images, because in stories we like to have lots of beautiful images to capture the beauty of life. And that is Adobe image and animation generators. There is Firefly, which generates images. And there's Express, Adobe Express, which animates the images. There's a link here, this PowerPoint, well, it's not a PowerPoint, Google presentation is in the course at the very top. It's available. And if you click on all the greens, they're clickable. You'll go to story generators. I added quite a few story generators. If you think of some more, let me know, and I'll give you editing rights so you can add some more to the list of story generators that are there. So let's take a look at what's ahead. The outcomes of week 4 are for you to have attended this meeting, and you're here now. By the way, you may unmute yourself at any time. It never bothers me when participants ask questions or stop me from talking. It's actually what I prefer. Generate stories. You're going to use Copilot, which is a Microsoft AI, to generate your stories, as well as all the other apps. ChatGPT for storytelling, specifically 3.5, since 4 is a paid version. Google Bard, if you can get Google Bard. There's also Google Bard extension, but you need to have your Google account in English. Otherwise, you will not be able to get access Google Bard. If you're in some countries like Canada that don't have Google Bard, you need to use a VPN, which is unfortunate, and that's what I have to do. And of course, there's a list of AI story generators that will appear below in the course. You're going to get a free account. Now, this is amazing, and I'm really grateful to the developer and owner of Storyboard That. He gave us, and he keeps renewing it, so hopefully you'll get it for more than a year, but you will have a teacher Storyboard That Pro account completely free. You'll be able to add other teachers. You'll be able to add students. Your teachers will be able to add their students. You'll be able to create classes and have a chance for your students to engage with Storyboard That. And that's something new. Plotagon. I don't know if you've used Plotagon before, but it's a way to create animated, cartoonish-like stories with a plot and characters. Toontastic doesn't exist anymore. I don't know, since Google bought it, it's been going downhill. So it's still here, but it should be, I took it out of most places. It's no longer available. I still have it on my iPhone. I don't know for how long. So if you ever installed it on your phone, it should still be there, but it's not available anymore for anyone else. And there's Pixton Comics. You'll create a plot, characters, a narrator, and background of the story using AI generators. And there's, you'll share your stories and reflect on the process. You'll also discuss benefits and challenges of creating videos for storytelling. We're not talking about video in a smartphone, but we're talking about generating videos for storytelling, so that the storytelling comes from a digital, I guess, form, such as YouTube or any other, It could be Vimeo. We'll talk about the different publishing tools later on. And this is an example. There's a video in the course on how to create stories with generative AI and AI story generators, specifically how to use Copilot to generate stories. And this is a story that I generated about a cat. And that's why the image there. I then got the image from Copilot. You can also get images from Copilot, which is nice because everything's in the same place. And of course, they're all free. And the reason they're free right now, most of them, is because the competition is huge. There's so much out there and everybody's trying to be better than all the others. Yeah, everything that I shared is free. Everything. I don't share anything that's paid for. I also check, you'll be getting lots of, you'll get opportunities to see many generators. I always go to the prices. When you go into the price, you'll see if it's free or not. It may say free, get an account, you get an account, and then you're so disappointed because it's not free. So whatever I see, an AI that claims to be, or any other app that claims to be free, I go into the prices and then I can get a picture. It might say free for, or if it says free for something that's reasonable, then I'll get it. If not, I won't use it and I won't share it with anyone either. And once it does become very, very expensive or just starts charging, I stop sharing it. I only share free things. Or if I get something for free for you, like Storyboard That. There also is a free version, but what you're getting is a free teacher account, which means that you'll have all the pro to add other teachers and your students, and we'll take a look at that. Notice everything that's blue here is clickable. This is an example of free AI story generators. Oops. I just took a capture, a screenshot of it from the course, but you'll be able to scroll down and there are a lot of them. There are a few pages. And it's on Google, and so also right now it's in a PDF file. Once you get your story ready, you're going to use these two platforms. There is Plotagon Story that is available on the phone. Notice for Google Play and the App Store, if your students are using their iPhones, it's not available. It's available to download on a desktop, but it's no longer available on an Apple device. It's only available on Microsoft Windows device. So if you're not using a Mac, you're lucky, because I had to stop using it on my desktop, because generally teachers prefer to use these tools on their desktops, but students prefer them on their phone, as I said. And then there's Pixton. Pixton has changed since last year, the year before. It's changing all the time. I guess they're trying to compete, so they're becoming better and better. And of course, you reflect on the process. Once you get your story generated, your script ready, and then your story done, you'll create videos and share your story. Notice we're using three. We're using Storyboard That, Plotagon, and Pixton Comics. Students love them. When you reflect on the process, there are questions. You'll just copy the table into your response and then just add your observations by answering these questions. These are the video screen recorders. Notice they've been updated since I took out Canva. It started getting strange. I think they're removing a lot of things besides the watermark that they're adding. They're also removing features. One day it's free, the next day it's no longer free. And that's really unfortunate, because, but that's how business is, and they are in business. So I added video. Notice video, if you click on the link on the presentation, video is both an AI picture, image, talking generator, as well as a screen recorder. So they're doing both things. Vimeo, Loom, all these can be embedded, and please embed. You can now embed everything, any video. You don't need to embed Vimeo or YouTube because you just paste the link and it gets embedded. But all the others, you'll have to embed them. ScreenPal is great and awesome because they both have editing tools available. So choose the one that you want and record your story. Curation boards, it's a good idea to keep your work because once you finish the course, you won't have things with you. They'll stay in the Moodle, and then the Moodle is going to end. You have until the summer, actually, to download all your work or to paste it in a curation board. So there's Padlet, if you're familiar with it. Padlet only has 3 for free, 3 walls or boards for free, but Wakelet is free, and it's amazing. They provide educators. For now, they shouldn't hear me because maybe their business plan will change too. But it's been going on for a few years with Wakelet. It's completely free, and you can add as much as you want. They don't limit you in any way. They want you to add content. They're very happy with content. And you can encourage your students to do the same. You can collaborate with your students with Wakelet, just like with Padlet, even better. With Wakelet, and then your students can add their work. They don't have to have an account on Wakelet in order to add their work to a Wakelet page that you create. There's also Miro, Mural, Concept Board, and so on. Idea Boards doesn't allow for most things. It's not made for that. But there's FigJam and Lucid Spark, which is what Google Jamboard, since Google Jamboard is out, or it's going out, Google is recommending FigJam and Lucid Spark because that's what they're going to promote. They bought it. They bought both of them. And then there's Pinterest, which is really nice, and students would like it to have a board and add your work to that. I used to scoop it quite a bit. I stopped a few years ago. And then there's Boards, Diego, and eLink. So choose one and add your work there so that when you finish the course, everything is going to be there for you to use and reuse. You may also add my videos. Everything that's in the course, you can add there. Your work and the content of the course. You can also download the course content when you finish the course and keep it on your computer and add it anywhere else that you wish. It's in a zipped file, so that's something you can also have. It's yours. Video publishers. I heard from some participants that Streamable is quite nice. They like it. It's very easy. It's like YouTube. You simply upload your MP4. The story that you create is going to be an MP4 version with a screen recorder, and then you can publish it on YouTube, Vimeo, Google Drive, Streamable, all these others. However, please, Canva, I don't know if it's still available there. You can still do it on Canva. And then embed. If you're using anything other than YouTube or Vimeo, where you just paste the link, everything has to be embedded, so we don't have to go out of the course and out of the discussion forum. We can stay there and view your video without going out and then having problems coming back or taking that extra step. So all you need to do, and I highly recommend that you do this for your students too, is embed your work for your students so they don't have to leave your course or whatever area you're using. And then there's also Edpuzzle, of course. These are the references. Just going to go through them very quickly and then go into the course so you can see what's going on. Right, so here we are in week 4. So you can unmute yourself at any time. I gave you the right to unmute so you can ask questions about what you've seen so far. I went through things quite quickly. Now we're starting week 4 tomorrow. So you have plenty of time, I think, to complete week 3, or if you're still in week 1 or 2, or even in the pre-session, if you just started because you were doing something else, you were busy, everything is unlocked. It's only locked by date, so you can't go into week 5 because it's locked, but you can go into week 4 from tomorrow. You can see the locks, but it's not locked based on activities. It's only locked based on dates. So this was locked until yesterday. You could have seen it. And then this has been available since January. And the support is also open. So everything is open now in week 4. In week 5, it's not. So week 5 is closed based on the date. So you don't have to, okay, just the date. No other locks are there anymore. All right. So again, this is what I went through. The presentation is available here. Presentation, as I said, the benefits that I mentioned, create stories. There's the video. You can play it straight from here instead of going into YouTube. Share your stories using at least 2 of the story building video apps. So there are 3: Storyboard That, Plotagon, and Pixton, but you could only use 2, that's fine. And then reflect on the process. So let's go back into the Storyboard That I want to take you through. Feel free to unmute and ask your question, even if it's from before 10 minutes ago, that's fine. So this is Storyboard That. No, what you're going to do is you're going to learn how to use it for storytelling. You have your story, and now you're going to choose, first of all, a town. Okay, one of these. There are quite a few of them.
Can you hear me now, Dr. Nelly?
Yes, I'm sharing. It's quite intuitive, and students don't need to learn how to do it. They'll probably be able to teach their teachers how to use this because it's very, very intuitive. There's scenes, there are characters that you can choose from. These are the characters.
Can you hear me now, Dr. Nelly?
Yes, I'm showing. Mm-hmm. Different characters. All you have to do is drag and drop. Different characters. All you have to do is drag. I hear my voice coming back. I hear my voice coming back. Okay, I stopped the unmuted. I think I am muted. Yeah. So these are the characters. Oh, I can still hear the voice coming back. Let me try to get rid of. No, I shouldn't hear the voice coming back. Okay, I think it's okay now. And then you can decide what you want the character to have. And students love this. This is great for language learning because you talk about different expressions and emotions. For example, you can have front and right, but then you can have different moods. Look at the eyes. What kind of expression is that? And then you can set pre-poses: happy, happy, sad, complaining, shouting, upset, speaking, holding. Okay, all these prompts or poses, they call them. You can also change the hairstyle. You can have arms going different ways. I think this is nice for students because they learn about body parts, of course, and they also engage in the person is sitting, so you can put a chair under them, or they're kneeling. But notice the expressions. I think I'll get rid of that mustache. We can also add a beard. There, we're back to the kid. And you can ask them to describe, why did you choose this? Why did you choose that? And then they'll be able to describe what they're doing. I can update the pose. Okay, so that's my pose. That's the one I was left with. You can also add other characters and build your story around that. There are also adults. You can have teens, kids. You can have jobs, different roles It's coming up. There it is. Different roles, if you want, there. Add even a spaceman. And then sports characters, characters from history. If you're teaching history or a story that has the past 1900s, characters from the 1900s, 1600s to 1800s with their various clothing, medieval times, good for history, and CLIL, if that's what you're teaching, classical era. It's taking longer for them to come up because I'm screen sharing, but it shouldn't. It should be really fast for you. Okay, different medieval characters, classical, sorry, monsters. Students love this at all ages because they can have fun. And they love dressing mythology over here. And then you can also have, okay, similar to the classics, but there are some differences. And then silhouettes and more, you can explore that. But what I notice is that teachers don't have patience for these things, but students do. They love it. They're the silhouettes. They love creating different stories with different characters. They have patience for Voki and to create, but teachers don't. They're the idea is, of course, for the students to be the creators, not for us to learn, but for our students to learn. And notice there are different items. You can go up and down for the different items. And then there's speech bubbles, where there are different kinds of speech bubbles. There are also images that you can get. Let's go into the next one. Speech bubbles, whatever kind you want. Shapes, if you're interested in shapes, and more. Under more, there's infographics, there's shapes, web and wires, science, worksheets. You can create worksheets for your students. Okay, this is for teachers of math, elementary. There are different areas as well. You can also upload if you want to upload things, images or whatever you have on your computer. Let me go back here to Storyboard That. Of course, then you save, you exit, and ignore this. You just use my link. Do not use this because it's not for you. But there are some, there is some information here. You can see the prices, but you're not paying anything. I'm going beyond the price, but notice there is free. When I said that free, look at the prices, not because I want you to look at how expensive or cheap it is, but I want you to see that if it's free, you have to go into it. It says always free. It's not free for, trial basis or dependent. It's free. So go and see whatever you're using. Always check the free and what the free has to offer. And if it says free forever, then you can use it because it's going to have many, many features. And you can see that it's the same thing here. You get almost all the features, a lot of features for the free version as well. Let's go back to Storyboard That and into our course. Next is Plotagon. As I said, Plotagon is for the desktop. If you're using Windows, they took it away for Apple users, so you can only get it on Windows. So if you're on a Windows, then you can get the Plotagon Studio, which is great. I've been using Plotagon for years. I use it to introduce myself, a new course, to invite students. It has very short skits that are amazing. So if you've got a desktop, lucky you. Otherwise, for students, it's going to be on the mobile. They'll have to use it on the side of their phone, just like Voki, most of these. And then they have, you can create, notice it's all animated. Unlike Storyboard That, everything is animated. And you can also, you see the upload there. that you can upload into your phone and then save it. That's a sweet kiss. And then there's Pixton Comics that I said has changed. It's not what it used to be. You go into for educators, I guess somebody bought them. It's also available in French and Spanish, if that interests you. And you go into for educators, or you log in if you have an account. And they're very happy to have you. They're doing all they can to make it as engaging and fun as it can be. So you can use Google to log in or Microsoft. I'm trying to think of who bought them, but I know that they are still very free and even more than in the past. That's Pixton. And Pixton is cartoon-like. You create cartoon-like characters. And then there's Copilot. Copilot, ChatGPT, and Google Bard are to generate your stories along with these. Notice there are 2 pages, but there are 4 rows, and there are a lot. I don't know how many so far. All of these are completely free. You just click on them and you can use them. Even Canva has create a story generator. The links are there, the name and the links. There's also ChatGPT Story that you can get with Anakin so that it's free. It's not 3.5, it's something else. And there's Storyboard tool plot generator that I showed you. Writer Hand, Pixcart, it's quite nice, it's on the phone. And there's Anakin. With Anakin, you can get a lot of other apps as well. So try it out. And if you find another one, let me know. Copilot, it's amazing because you can also, as I said, create images along with it. ChatGPT, if you're using the free version, you cannot have an image, but if you pay and you use ChatGPT 4, then you can also add images. However, on Anakin, let me take you to Anakin. Anakin is fairly new to the public. Notice there's a story generator here that you can use, try it out and use it. Okay, you just write your prompt and you can use it. Let me go back, close this off. I can add it to my workspace. Now, what's great about Anakin is that you can add all these tools to your workplace. So notice what I've added to my workspace. Okay, you can also add more. Let me go into my workspace that I called by my name. Where is my workspace? Oh, there it is. So I've added Claude because Claude isn't available in many countries. There is Claude. You can use Claude from Anakin. You don't have to be based in the United States or use a VPN. There's also ChatGPT. Okay. And you can use it straight from here. You don't have to go to ChatGPT. What's nice about this, Anakin, is that everything is here. Here is the store. Do you see the App Store on the left here? That's where you get your list of AI tools. Notice Gemini Pro is here. This is Google, and it's the latest. And you click on add. Well, I've already added. Add to your, these I added. Notice Dale E3. You can also image generator. There's Mid-Journey, if you're familiar with it. Stable Diffusion is here. Everything is here. You don't have to go to, so you have one place with all these apps that you can add to your workspace. There's an AI image prompt generator, which is beautiful for your stories. There's also TikTok script generator. There's a photo GPT that you can't open on ChatGPT 3.5, only on 4, but you can open it here. So they've added many, many tools that you can use without having to pay in ChatGPT. These are called GPTs. There's Roast GPT that you can use here, but if you can't use it on ChatGPT. What I like is AI poem generator, which is lovely. Academic essay, free AI poster maker, rewrite and cite. Lots of amazing tools, AI tools that you can use in one place by simply adding it to your workspace. For example, photo. Did I add it? Added. I see I added almost everything. Anything to add? Okay, let me add this one. And then it'll appear. Okay, there it is. All I have to do is simply AI model. Notice there are different models that I can use, the free. You can see what is free and what costs money. And there are a lot of them, and they're going to have a lot more. And then I can generate a sentence here. And you can also share, of course. I think it's an amazing feature, especially because of Claude, because most people can't get Claude, and here you can get Claude. You can also copy the link and share it, whatever you do. You could also create an app if you're interested in creating apps. Not that difficult these days. All right, I think I've gone through everything. Let me go back into the course and check. We've gone through the generators. And I think that's it. Let me know if there are any questions or comments. You can write in the chat. I see there's something in the chat there. Let me check. Yes, the list is endless. You're right, Frosine. It's getting, it's, it's getting bigger and bigger by the second. I wonder, every second there's a new app. Everybody wants others to use their apps. So yes, it's really exciting because the competition is very high. And they're making them free because they want people to use them. And I'm happy about that. All right, so enjoy week 4. Let me know if you have any questions or comments that you want to add. Please feel free to use the support forms. Remember to embed everything and anything. If you want to learn how to embed, let me know. Whatever you can't embed, ask me. There's always a way to embed whatever we add, whether it's a video, a Google Doc, a PDF file. All right. So have a great week. And thank you for being part of the course. Bye for now.